Welcome to our home. This is the Waller home here in Crescent, Texas. God was so good to give us kind of like another fixer-upper, but we love fixer-uppers because then you can get them for a good deal, and God was blessed us so we could do it cash. Our goal is to stay debt-free, and so we had to, the person before us had lots of dogs.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Thursday, September 1st. How are you? Are you doing good? Hello. All right, I just did a video for you about who? Claire and Justin Duggar. Now we're going to talk about David and Priscilla Waller and some stuff that's happening in Texas. It's like a Texas day. Oh my gosh. And next we're going to talk about Peyton and Gwendolyn Brown and some sister wife stuff. Every day I'm like, I need to find new stuff to talk about. Then every day something new happens with the Duggars, and it's like, how do I even keep up? You guys, do you realize how hard it is to cover the Duggars? It is a full-time job. There are 37,000 of them. Well, not really. I mean, there's a lot. And I could go and talk about each one of them and do a different video about a different person every day. It's so much. And then you have some that are just more active on social media and that are more open. And then there's others that we're dealing with criminal stuff. And that's where we're going to land today, because it's about Texas, kind of about Josh, not really, mostly about Anna. So let's dive in. Before we do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up, and make sure to hit the subscribe button on the way out and turn your notifications on so you don't ever miss a video. Okay, so let's just dive in here. Back in July, it was around the 4th of July, Anna Duggar was down in Texas visiting her sister. This happened to coincide around the same time that Josh Duggar happened to be transferred to Seagoville, which is the facility that Josh is in, where he's serving his time. A few weeks ago, maybe it was last week, the area of Seagoville actually was flooded, and a bunch of you had sent me some emails, messages to wondering if the facility that Josh was in was flooded. As far as I could tell, no. They were outside the flood zone, and thankfully, I mean, someone had sent me a message and it said it reminded them of Katrina, because there was apparently a similar situation there and inmates were left without any help, and a lot of people perished as a result. But in this case, the floods did not impact Seagoville's facility, so no. It was a horrible week, though, for Texas when it came to flooding. So they were fine in that area. Now, moving on to what's going on with Anna and her sister and all of this stuff. Okay, so if you know anything about me, I like to cover very high level everything. I also like to dive deep. And one thing that we've covered quite a bit is the IBLP. One person we've talked about quite a bit is David Waller. David Waller is the former assistant of Bill Gothard. Gothard was the former leader of the Institute in Basic Life Principles. He wrote the curriculum. He is pretty much what put it on the map. And his curriculum is still used by this organization. The organization has still scaled back a lot. Their ATI no longer takes enrollments, which is the actual homeschool program. So things are changing, but it sounds like David Waller has plans of his own. Now, David Waller is no longer on staff at the Institute in Basic Life Principles. He used to be for years, but now he is pastoring a place called Fair Park Baptist Church in the Fort Worth area. This is an independent Baptist church. It has bare bones website. You're not going to find a ton of information about the church. You're not going to find out all the different people that work there. You're not going to find out who the elders are, the deacons, anything of that. It's very basic. And their social media presence is also very basic. They post their live streams of each week's sermons. They do Bible studies, and then they do all their different stuff. But anyways, David Waller has never gone to seminary. He is just trained to be a pastor through because he worked at the Institute in Basic Life Principle. He really literally has no theological training to be a pastor. Some of you said that that does not matter. I would argue that what qualifies you to be a pastor if you've been taught by Bill Gothard? Gross. So if your model of who you emulate is a man that was accused by a lot of women of doing terrible things, that's all I need to say. Anyway, so David Waller has this new flock. The flock includes the Spivey's. Rob and Hillary Spivey are members there, along with Justin and Claire. And so Priscilla has apparently sort of taken in, and mind you, he was hired into this church. So they were in need of a pastor, and David kind of has taken over. And I was talking to someone that is from there who was saying that the church has had a bit of a turnover since David has taken over, because he has a different idea of what's going to happen and what they're going to do. And several people I've told have left because he really has made the church into like the IBLP church. And people that are not part of the IBLP that were just there because they were an independent Baptist church have not been happy with that. Church politics, church rumors happen at every single church. So, and when a new pastor comes in, it's not uncommon for people to leave because they feel like it's changed their entire community. So there's always like a learning curve. So in the middle of all of that, David and Priscilla have a couple properties that they own in Texas. They have a house that they previously lived in, and then a new house that they live in. And as far as I can tell, they're living, they've got some property down in Big Sandy, which is where the IBLP headquarters are. And I don't know where their property is that they currently said that they purchased. Priscilla was talking about it on her YouTube video. Anyways, we know that Anna and Priscilla are close, and David Waller was like literally at the trial every day with Josh, being like a helper. I also told you about how David Waller was there on the last night before Josh's conviction. So like David Waller was at the house helping the kids and everyone. It was a somber night, and had played a very active role being with Josh and Anna. He's also wrote a letter to the court for Josh, all of that. So anyways, when Josh moved to Seagoville, Anna comes and visits, and immediately this talk starts going on about Anna's going to move to Texas. So here's what I've learned, is that right now Anna does not live in Texas, but that's not apparently what her sister wouldn't want. So her sister apparently, allegedly, would love her to move down to Texas, and apparently has been trying to elicit the help of other people, like siblings of Josh's, to build a house for her. So apparently Priscilla would love one of Josh's brothers to go down to Texas and like volunteer and dedicate time out of their busy lives to build a home for Anna and the kids, allegedly. And Priscilla thinks that this would apparently be a really good opportunity for Anna. She could be closer to her and David, and she would be closer to Josh. It also gets Anna with her family. She's got other siblings that live in Texas as well, and it gets her out of Arkansas. I don't think David and Priscilla care that she's with the Duggars, though, because they love the Duggars. But it would get her some level of autonomy, but also then she would be like taken care of. I don't know. None of this makes sense to me. Priscilla wants her to move to Texas and be closer to her, and she thinks it would be a great idea, apparently, and even was like going as far as finding building plans and trying to elicit one of Josh Duggar's brothers to build the house for Anna. I had a lot of questions when it came to this, like one, how the hell would Anna ever move to Texas? Then I talked to another source who said that there had been some discussion that if Anna were to move, some of her siblings and maybe Josh's siblings would help pay for Anna while she lives in Texas to be closer to Josh. It's amazing to me how they like make a woman so dependent on everyone else that the option is that she'll be taken care of by other people, not the option of let's help get Anna skills, let's help Anna get a job, let's provide daycare for the kids so Anna can work. It's no, we'll pay for Anna, because women can't take care of themselves and they aren't supposed to work. And that was one of the reasons why Josh needed to go home faster, was because he needed to take care of his kids. So anyways, Priscilla would like Anna to move, allegedly, but Anna still is in Arkansas. So I was trying to think about this rationally, and I was talking to someone else about this and how, even if she moved down there, it would be temporary because one, Josh is not going to probably be at Seagaville the entire time that he's there. They usually only stay at a facility for around 5 years. In federal systems, they're almost assured to be transferred to a different facility at some point in time while they're there. So it would be really silly for her to build a house and live down there. Second, once the house is built and she stays down there, then what? Third, the Duggars. Would they ever allow her to move with the kids, given the fact that the kids have all spent the majority of their lives living at the big house? That's right. For the bulk of their lives, the older kids have lived with John, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, not with Josh and Anna. And because of that, their whole world is in Arkansas, not in Texas. So if she were to move with them from Arkansas to Texas, I have a hard time believing that Jim Bob would be okay with his kids, because he would think of them as his, because she's under his control now, and allowing that to happen. But she could defy Jim Bob. But if Priscilla has it her way, they'll get her to move. The other thing I was thinking about is, why would one of the siblings of Josh build a house for her when they don't even really like Anna? And two, they have really busy lives of their own. And the home builders that are in the family are Jason, Josiah, James can do some stuff, but these are guys that are actively working and building. These are not men that have like side jobs. Like, Jason's business is a real construction business, and he has building real homes, and he's consistently doing things, and he has a staff. So I can't see Jason just like up and moving to go help build a house for Anna. It seems just like a pipe dream for Priscilla. So for right now, she's still in Arkansas, but people want her to move to Texas. Whether she will or not remains to be seen, and whether they can employ a Duggar brother to build the house for her, I don't know if that'll happen. But that's what they want. So tell me what your thoughts are about this. Do you think Priscilla will get her way, or do you think that Anna will stay in Arkansas? Do you think Jim Bob will push back on this? How do you think this would even work? And what do you think about David trying to turn his new church into the IBLP Central? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Bye, guys.